Club number 079679399.
We have proven that we do not have to be in the same room to be united, to encourage each other, to succeed, and to celebrate together.
Welcome, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests and our special friends from BRICS Toastmasters Club. What do you get when you mix leadership, resilience, and a whole lot of heart? You get Tamami Nagayama. Since joining Toastmasters back in 2020, she has led with purpose, served as area director, a club coach, and now the club president of World Travelers Toastmasters Club. She is a full-time professional, a proud mother of 4, and living proof that busy people just get things done, but they do it with grace. Her favorite quote from Marcus Aurelius says, "You have the power over your mind, not outside events." Tamami brings that strength and calmness into every room she enters. Please join me in welcoming the president of World Travelers Toastmasters Club, Madame President Tamami Nagayama.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to World Travelers Toastmasters Club. And we have joint meeting with BRICS. And today, I think Brian will do as Surgeon at Arms right after Ram, and then hand over to me, right? So Brian, you're welcome to give your opening as well. Yes.
Brian, welcome to Toastmasters. A nice intro video as you had. So in today's meeting, we're going to talk about many things, but there are 4 things we do not talk about. That is sales, religion, sex, or low taste, or pyramid schemes. In today's meeting, we try to avoid this. Beyond this, we're hearing amazing speakers, and everyone has a chance to speak. We do have an evaluation team and so on. And today is a joint meeting of World Travelers and BRICS Toastmasters. So back to you.
Thank you, Brian. Bryant. We are very excited to have meeting with BRICS, which stands for beautiful members, always ready member, influential, cool, and with synergy. Is that right, Mr. President of BRICS, Akil?
That is a really fantastic way to interpret our initials, and we should probably change it so that it matches that. It means that and so many more things too. Because we also, for anyone who's familiar with the economic bloc, BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But the plus that we have at the end of our name means that we branch out to so many more regions, so many more people, so many more places and countries. Even myself, I'm from the US, but I'm still part of BRICS Plus because we know that these countries found a foundation But that foundation can't do anything without us connecting to each other in the same way that World Travelers connected with us. So thanks so much to Mommy for allowing us to really have this joint meeting together with each other.
Thank you, Akil. And we have short time for a meeting today, so I will quickly move on to introduce our Toastmaster of the evening, Letitia. Let me welcome Letitia, our Toastmaster of the day. She is finance by profession, nature lover, curious world explorer. Being with Toastmasters since 2025, she's new member in our club, actually. Proudest moment is December 27th meeting, where she was able to put aside her shyness and deliver a speech with humor. She always gives a beautiful speeches in our meeting. Let me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Letitia.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I'm happy to be guiding the meeting today with, I believe her name is Giselle. So I'm excited for all the species and, to get to know all of that. Thank you.
And we also have Toastmaster of the day from BRICS, Giselle. Giselle? Am I pronouncing
You
right?
can
Right?
say Giselle. You
Giselle.
can say Gisele. That's how I pronounce in Portuguese.
Gisele.
Gisele.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Thank you
Gisele.
so much for having us, World Toastmasters. We love to have this meeting with you today. This has been a crazy week for us. A lot of things changed. And today, the day is not that different. We had so many interesting things happening today. So, but let's get started with our meeting. That's why we are here for, right? For the prepared speech, for the table topics. So let's do it. So, and for starting, I will invite Bryant again. He's going to be our grammarian today. Bryant, can you tell us what does it mean to be a grammarian for you?
Yes, as grammarian, I'm going to hear inspiring sentences and quotes and so on. But I've also listened to things that can be improved and to make it maybe more beautiful, more perfect. And then from this, we do have word of the day. For word of the day can be travel, because today we have many people traveling all around the world. Members from all around, yeah, literally from all around with BRICS Plus and World Travelers. You're destined to travel and to meet people around the world and hear amazing speeches and so on. So that is my part as a grammarian. So back to you, Gisele.
Thank you so much, Bryant. Now we will travel to our accountant today, which is Edith Barcelos, but she couldn't come because she's a district leader in Brazil and she had a meeting that she didn't realize she needed to attend. So I'm going to be the grammarian today, and I will be paying attention on filling words, gestures, just like the one I did right now. I do this a lot. I scratch my nose when I'm nervous. You can realize that. So I will be paying attention on you. And now I will hand to our timer today, Fatima.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Hello, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluators. For table topics, speakers, at 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. But because we have icebreaker today too, I will raise for speakers 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. For evaluators, at 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. 2 minutes 30, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. So is Letitia introducing table topics now, right?
Yes. Okay, before we jump into the table topics, I just want to remind us our theme today is make it simple, make it happen. And with that being said, sometimes we think that success requires extraordinary travels, complicated plans, and perfect timing. But very often, progress begins with just one simple action, one speech, one idea, one decision to begin. With that being said, I will introduce you to our first speaker of the day, our table topics, which is Eliza. I'm not jumping, right? We're going with table topics before species, right?
Thank
Yes.
you very much, Leticia. Welcome to World Travelers and happy to see all of you from BRICS Plus. Today I will be the table topic master, and today I want to do something different for everyone who wants to join. So for today, as many of our world travelers just finished their speechcraft, so I also want to implement whatever they learned from these 5 weeks. So I'm going to give the question for the table topics. For all of you who doesn't know about what is a table topic is all about, you need to give a 1 to 2 minute speech for whatever the question that I'm going to give. But for now, I want you to implement body language and emotion. So I will give you the question extra a certain condition. Like I give you the question and I want to give you, please deliver it when you are what condition. So I hope this can make some little bit of fun in our table topics for tonight. So example, question number 1. What is a moment in your life that changed you forever? Please deliver in happy way. So you need to make sure that you laugh. You need to be happy when you are answering the question. So any question? Everybody ready? Okay, so I'm looking for a volunteer who wants to do my table topics for today. Okay, Maggie.
Can that try?
Maggie, you are on mute. Okay. Question for you, Maggie. Tell us about a goodbye you never forget. Tell us about the goodbye you never forgot. And please do it in an anxious way. I want you to do in the anxious way. Thank you.
In life, we always have the chance to say goodbye. When you are little, you might say goodbye to your teachers. It just could be daily goodbye. But sometimes goodbye means you don't get to see your friends or family again. Every year, we travel to Australia to see our Australian family. Our grandmother is turning 94 years. I remember every time when we say goodbye to her, it is difficult. It starts 20 years ago. Every time we felt like this is our last chance to say goodbye. I always joke about that. Grand, just one more year. Just one more year. A year after a year, she is turning 94 and she's still going strong. And we are so happy. This upcoming summer break, we're going to see the grand. But we know the numbers are dates. So we change our family plan because we know some goodbye is very precious. We want to see grand not just once a year. We want to see our close family more than 1 year, twice a year, as many possible as we can. In life, there's small goodbyes, there's big goodbyes. We have to treasure every moment when we say goodbye to the person we love. But now, who do you have in your mind that you think that's goodbye could be your last goodbye? Treasure every moment. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Maggie. What a very anxious way to say goodbye to your loved one, especially if you never meet them so often. I saw that many people is from World Travelers. Can I give a chance to the BRICS? So anybody from BRICS want to try the table topic? I calling for one and calling for two.
Yeah,
Okay, Peter, is it?
yeah, that's me.
Sorry,
Yeah.
World Travelers. I need to respect our guests also. Peter, this is a question for you. What is a memory that still makes you smile instantly? What is a memory that still makes you smile instantly? I want you to give in a very sad way.
You know, we don't always enjoy the things that we go through. And sometimes we can laugh after the event, but emotions stick with us. So on a Saturday, hot Saturday afternoon, I was with my dad and we were just walking across a piece of waste ground. And my dad said, "Step here." So I stepped there. And then he said, "Okay, you need to come here because there's some water there." So I went there because there was some water there. And then he said, "Step here." And I fell into the water. I look back on it now, but it was horrible at the time. Funny now, but really tough. My dad laughed. I stayed behind. I had to take off all my clothes and get dry. Funny now, but not at the time. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Peter. Yeah, it's very hard, right? How to make a smile memory, but you need to make it in a sad way. So now I call for Elios. Elios, ready?
Yes.
Okay. The question for you. Tell us about your heartbreak story. Heartbreak story. And please, the emotion is laughter.
Oh, wait, let me think. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that I just got heartbreak recently? I met a beautiful girl. She is so beautiful. And I proposed to her. You know, "Hey girl, you are traveling in my mind. How come you are not running out of breath?" And do you know what she answers? "Oh, Elias, I'm a marathoner. You cannot catch me. I will run from you." Oh man, that's so hurt. I feel like got rejected by her. I try to run and run, but I'm just a regular sprinter. I'm not a marathoner. But maybe some of you know the sprint that I do is sprinting in eating. And yes, you know, I eat 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the lunch, and 3 times in the evening for the dinner. And I said to her, "This will be your princess treatment. You will be the happiest girl ever." And yes, she keep on rejecting me. She said, Oh, Helios, you want me to become fat? No, I want to satisfy you. I will make you the best princess ever in the world. You will be the happiest girl. With all of those food and all of those drinks. Come on. Let's travel all around the world. Let's enjoy our life to the fullest. Because, yes, I'm here for you. And I think you know the ending. She rejected me. And it is all happened in my dream. I keep on talking with myself. And yes, you know, I'm sometimes I woke up and this is I living up my dream. Thank you for listening to my dream. Bye. Mwah.
Thank you very much, Elios. Such a very tragic story, but yeah, make us all of us laugh. Farhas, question for you. What is something you wish people understood about you? What is something you wish people understood about you? Your emotion, nervous.
Madam Table Topping Master, I must tell you something, but I'm wondering whether this is the right way to say it or whether it's not the right way to say it. I'm not too sure. But here goes. There is something that I really wish people learnt about me, and that is that I'm not a nervous person at all. But then, since you told me to be nervous, I have to try and be nervous. However, despite all of this supposed lack of nerves, which I actually do have, I am very much able to somehow make myself appear this way, and that way to show that I am a nervous person. Now, the reason I am trying to do this is, ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to realize we may not always project the image that you see, but maybe something else that's the reality behind us. I'm trying to project to be nervous, but I'm trying to convince you that I am not nervous. I'm probably trying to convince you that I'm a truthful person, but I may be the biggest liar you have ever seen in your life. Human beings are by nature very complex creatures. And it is this complexity that has brought us to all of this success in our journey in this world. If we are able to understand this complexity, I think we can do a lot more. But if we are not able to understand this complexity, we might actually end up making all the wrong decisions and thereby mess things up. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. This is not a nervous person. This is somebody who isn't nervous. And I guess you got the message. Back to you, madam.
Thank you very much, Far. What a very great, and I really can feel that the nervousness between you and yeah, thank you very much for the answer. Next, Yusuf. Yusuf?
Yes.
Okay, question for you, yeah.
Hmm.
Please tell us about your dream. Please tell us about your dream, your emotion, envy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have got a dream that is a wish from a young, unfortunate boy living in a village. At that time, I wanted to be the son of the rich family. But what happened, ladies and gentlemen? My father is still working as a farmer, living very, very unfortunately. Even to go to school, I had to walk for 1 hour and walk back home another hour. I look at my friends and they are from the rich family. They go to school by car sitting down in an air-conditioned car, feeling very cool and happy. Look at me! I was just walking, sweating. When I arrive at school, all my body is wet because of my sweat. I hated it. I told my dad, Dad, why are we poor? Why don't we have the car like my friends? But ladies and gentlemen, I had a dream. I told my dad, when I grow up, I would like to be a rich man. So I worked really hard to be the rich man. And now I'm not a rich man yet. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Pak Yusuf, for the very envious story. And yeah, thank you for trying to. You did your best. So last, can I invite someone from BRICS? If not, then I will arrow someone from BRICS. Usually, if you want to arrow, we need to get the hit, right? So can I call the president? Okay, Akil, question for you.
I was like, I just raised my hand.
Okay. Okay, the last topic for tonight for the table topic will be going to the president of BRICS. The question is, what lie did you believe as a child? What lie did you believe as a child? And the emotion, laughter.
There's so, there's so many things that parents tell their kids when they're young. And, like as a kid, you don't really think, oh, like, maybe my parents are lying to me, because why would you ever think that? But I gotta be honest with you. When my parents told me that babies were brought to them by birds, I should have questioned it. Because me and my sisters, there's three of us. And I always thought, does that mean that three birds brought us? Or were we all three brought by one same bird? Because that would be really weird if you had one bird just flying in the air, carrying three babies in its mouth, like, here's your delivery. And that was before, like, Amazon and Amazon Prime, So it wasn't even like you could say, oh, we're going to have a baby and it's going to come tomorrow or it'll come in 2 hours. Like, that bird would have had to fly for a very long time from wherever we came from to just drop us off. It was weird. Because my sisters and I, we're triplets. So I agree, Ram. They must have been very strong birds. Again, things I didn't think about as a kid. Because I just thought, you know what? There are so many other weird things in this world, like the tooth fairy going and giving us money for things falling out of our mouths, that if the tooth fairy is real, these birds delivering babies definitely have to be real. As I got older, I started to realize, obviously, that there is no bird that really delivers babies. And again, I was embarrassingly old when I realized that, so I'm not going to tell you what age I found out it was a lie. But I will tell you that one thing that didn't change, even after I found out that my parents had lied to me, was how much I trust in them. Because, I mean, let's admit it, for a majority of us, a lot of our parents tell us little white lies to get us to eat more vegetables or to stop complaining. And it's because of those lies that when we grow up, we can look back at our childhoods and laugh. So my white lie was about how babies are brought by birds. But I'm curious, what was yours? I'll give it back to Elisa.
Thank you very much. So, is it the Sesame Street yellow bird? The one that it's also quite strong. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for doing the table topic. So, this is just like a trying to make some mingles between the words and also the vocal variety, also your emotion in table topics. So well done, everyone. Now I return back the podium to our Toastmaster of the night.
Thank you, Eliza, and thank you to all our brave table topics participants. I'm still laughing at I kill, bird. I do want to know what kind of bird is it. So we will now transition to the prepared speech session, where the speakers transform preparation into impact. Our first speaker tonight is beginning a very important Toastmaster journey. We all been there, which is the icebreaker. So this speaker is completing the icebreaker project under the presentation mastery path level 1. And the purpose of his speech is to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. Tonight's speaker will speak for 4 to 6 minutes. So please join me in welcoming our Toastmaster, Surya Krishnada from World Travelers. Surya, the stage is yours.
Okay, hello. Thank you, Leticia. And this is my stage now. I will introduce myself. Toastmasters, I can confidently say that I am the most handsome person in my empire. At home, I live with one wife and 4 daughters. Yes, one wife and 4 daughters. I also have a female maid at home. Female. In my office, my own small business, I work daily with 3 female employees, all female. So, who wants to challenge my handsomeness? Hi, let me introduce myself. I'm Surya Krisnanda. My name, you can call me Surya. Originally from Surabaya, Indonesia. Surabaya is the hottest city in Indonesia. Heat and sweat are part in my daily routine. You know, in the hot city, my largest electricity bill at home is for the air conditioner, which keep the room cold. And because of the heat, we Surabayans, myself included, have grown into tough individuals. We tend to speak our mind loudly, and it may sound harsh, but that's our way of showing honesty in our thoughts and hearts. Let's jump into my personal hobbies because you can know me so well from what I enjoy most. I have 3 hobbies. 3 hobbies that seems different but deeply connected. First, I love coffee. I drink coffee 3 until 4 cups a day. And tonight I have my coffee for this meeting. To save money, because you know coffee is expensive. To save money, I made a mini bar in my office for myself. Even I personally own an espresso machine for myself. Whenever I want coffee, I don't need to spend 25,000 until 55,000 rupiah for a cup. Every time I travel around Indonesia, I always hunt for coffee from that region. And when you come to my office, I will serve you coffee without sugar for free. Anybody want to come to my office? Let's take a coffee together. My second hobby, I enjoy reading books, but buying them faster than reading them. I finish 1 or 2 books a week, but in that time, my collection can grow by 3 to 5 new titles. Yeah? Hunting for rare books is my pleasure itself. Even though I don't know when I will start reading it. Just hunting them, buy it, and keep it. I especially love war and strategy themes. So I collect many versions of Sun Tzu's Art of War. Just like this, the Thomas Cleary version of Sun Tzu's Art of War. You can see it. I have the version of Roger Ames, Sun Tzu's Art of War, the translation of Cho Ho-wee, the translation of Sun Tzu of Art of War from Lionel Giles. This is Sun Tzu Art of War, the translation of Ralph Sawyer. Sun Tzu Art of War, the translation of James Pratt. Yeah. Same book, different translation. And the third hobby, I dedicate time to playing board games with my gaming group. Board games. In my group, I'm a game provider that provide the game and place to play. So they just come together and start playing. At my office, I keep over 500 different titles of board games to play. Yes, 500 titles, different titles. I also built a private room for playing board games when we can talk and shout as much as we like without disturbing other people's. Yay! Go for it! Go for it! Yes! I don't want that! Yes! Just shouting and happy together. Well, about the 500 different titles of board game, please don't ask, have you played them all? Of course, the answer is no, just like the book. Yeah. I read books while drinking coffee. I also play board games while drinking coffee. Learning how to play a board game from its rulebook requires a high level of reading ability, especially for games with higher level of difficulty, which can take 4 to 8 hours in a single session. Okay, that's my hobby. Next, after hobbies, let's talk about my profession. If you ask me, what do I do for a living? Just one word. Just one word. Teaching. I love teaching. But I don't teach children at school. I teach adults in organization. I teach companies from managers to corporate levels, helping them to improving their communication skill and leadership. I also teach at university as a lecturer in the entrepreneurship study program. Yeah, even though my educational background is in education science. Strange? Yes, we never know where fate will take us, right? We never know. Yeah, it's been a month since I joined the World Travelers Club. Elias made me join, and Eliza helped me the procedure. And 1 month until now, I'm happy, hoping to hone of my weaknesses. Yeah, speaking and presenting in English. Yeah, speaking and presenting in English is my biggest weaknesses. So in World Travelers Club and in Toastmaster, I'm happy to learn a lot. This introduction could be my starting point of my new life, allowing me to explore much the many opportunities that will be available once my English skill improves. My name is Surya Krisnanda. Thank you for listening to my introduction.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya, for that wonderful speech and for sharing your hobbies with us tonight. I now hand the floor to my co-Toastmaster of the day, Giselle, to introduce to you our next speaker. Giselle, the floor is yours.
All right, it's a pleasure to introduce our next speaker. He's just our new member at BRICS, Rajesh Kumar Dailan. Rajesh is with us that love education. He actually founded an organization for kids, for education for kids in rural areas of India. Rajesh is also an author. He wrote a book about middle life crisis. Who got this to this point? I didn't. I'm just 18 years old. I never put there. So welcome to the stage, Rajesh. Rajesh is also doing an icebreaker for the Pathway Motivational Strategies. We are willing to hear your story today, Rajesh. Welcome.
Thank you. Greetings, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guest. Do you know what is that one thing standing between you and your goal. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even confidence. It is simply action. Action acts as the bridge between your dreams and results. Let me share the construct in a small story. There was once a man who was desperate to win a lottery. Every day, he religiously prayed to God, God, help me to win the lottery. Help me to make millions. Help me to change my life. Days passed, week, month, nothing happened. Frustrated, his prayers became frustrated, and he said, enough, I am praying to the wrong God. Let me replace the statue. As he was about to lift the God statue, a voice whispered, my son, you can change your God. But before that, have you bought the lottery ticket? That's exactly the state I was in. And this is my lottery ticket for public speaking. Honestly, I've been there. I want to improve my public speaking. I want to develop and structure my thoughts. I want to venture into the journey of being a better speaker. But I was hesitant. I was procrastinating. And today, I broke the ice. If I can do it, you can do it. Imagine today is the first day of year 2026. And what was that one goal that was lingering in your mind? And what is that you want to set to achieve this year? Maybe to start a business, or to improve your health, or to spend good time with your family. And what is that one small single step you can take today? And I'm sure there is a voice whispering in your head. And that's the answer. My dear friend, action acts as the bridge between you and your goals. Where you are today to where you want to do tomorrow is the action. And action speaks louder than words. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. I love how you say that things are easier than we think they are. Just take action, do something, right, Rajesh? That's how transformation happens, right? This is your favorite quote. Transformation is about people and empathy and moving forward. Thank you so much for your speech today. Now we are going to an evaluation for table topics. So everybody that was in a table topic today will be evaluated by Michelle Baker. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here today. These table topics were amazing. I love the twist of not only having the table topics, but also an emotion. And everyone traveled beautifully to these themes. Maggie spoke first, saying goodbye and being anxious. This was an almost perfect mini speech, very difficult to evaluate. Great opening. She talked about in life, gave specific examples about her grandmother and having to say goodbye to her grandmother. And of course, that in itself gets a lot of anxiety. And she ended it by having a hopeful note that this could still continue and giving us an actual call to action to be prepared, know what's going on. Very minor point would be to look at the camera. She was looking, I think, at the screen, but very rarely did she actually look in the camera. We didn't quite feel she was speaking directly to us. Peter then gave a memory that made him smile, but he was to do it in a sad way. Well, of course, the memory of falling into the water when he was walking with his dad, that was sad at the time. He did a great job, though, turning that into a teaching lesson that we could learn from things that happened, and the perspective was very, very important. When you look back on something, it can be pretty funny. That was good. Elios, oh my, he has so much enthusiasm, and his tabletop was his hot brick story to do it with laughter. This was tailor-made for Elios. He has so much enthusiasm, and he's very good at leaning back for part of it when he's saying one thing, and then to make a point, he moves into the camera. My only minor comment would be although this is a very good technique when you're speaking online, it would be better to limit it. Sometimes it almost felt like he was rocking, but great table topics, lots of enthusiasm. Farhas was to tell us something useful and to be nervous. Well, Farhas started and ended very nervous. He showed us what a nervous speaker could be, speaking very fast, etc. But in the middle, there was no nervousness. He was very obviously composed, not a problem at all. But he had a good beginning and a good end, and he gave us something to think about. We need to understand the complexity of body language. We don't always project how we feel, and we don't always have to project how we feel. That was excellent. Yusuf had to tell us about a dream and do it with envy. Wonderful opening with the dream, and it was a wish, talking about he wanted to be the son of a rich man. And then the envy was very apparent with his facial and with his gestures about envying his friends and giving specific examples. They were driving in cars and he wasn't, he was walking. Lots of good description when he was walking. He was sweating, he was tired, lots of emotion, and good vocal variety. A couple of times he dropped his voice when he felt the topic needed a little bit of subtlety. And he ended, good ending, with a dream. Excellent. Akil, he was supposed to talk about a lie he believed in and do it with laughter. Well, he started his table topics by laughing. What a great way to start a table topic when you have to give laughter. That was absolutely wonderful. And his example of the triplets being born by being delivered by birds, absolutely wonderful too. This could have been a 15-second table topic, but no. Akil went on and explained how he questioned it or didn't question it, and even compared it to Amazon, where you can go and say, well, it's going to be delivered in 2 days. Of course, with triplets, who knows? And finally, giving us the conclusion that even after getting old enough to understand it was a lie, we still trust our parents. That was excellent. It was a very good ending, too. He threw it back at us and said, what was yours? One thing he did very well, and this is sometimes important when you have a virtual background. I don't, but when you do, he kept all of his hand motions in front. He was close enough to the camera that he could do that, because sometimes when you have a virtual background and you're moving your hands and doing gestures outside of yourself, it can be a little bit distracting. Overall, the travels on this table topics journey were absolutely wonderful, and I really appreciate the opportunity to give some feedback. Back to you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful evaluation for table topics. Actually, my work here today as a counter is very, very easy. So I'm so glad for that. Now I wanted to ask our general evaluator, Peter Morgan, to introduce our evaluators for today.
Okay, well, we've had 2 speeches. We've got 2 evaluators. So I'm going to invite Surya to come, please, and to evaluate the first speech that we heard. Surya, stage is yours.
I will evaluate Surya. So, thank you so much. And what a speech to be able to evaluate, if I do say so myself. We learned so much about Syria, even though the speech was his icebreaker speech. If I can, for the timer, can you please just give us an idea, how long did Syria use in his speech?
Moment, please.
Sure. While we're waiting for that, you can just send it in the chat box and I'll look at it. Because there are so many things that Surya was able to do with his time. The first was he started his speech with not just a regular introduction. So many people, when they give an icebreaker speech, they start off by saying, my name is Surya. And we know that because the Toastmaster of the evening already said your name and your speech twice. So instead, what he did was start off with a story. And then eventually came in and said, this is how I'm going to introduce myself. This is me, Surya Krishnandan. And it was even funny because he started it off with humor by telling us he was going to introduce himself and then introducing us himself in a different way with a different story and then coming back and telling us his name. So not only did Surya did a fantastic job with grabbing our attention in the beginning, especially when you're introducing yourself to people who don't need to care, he grabbed our attention in 2 ways. He did it with humor and also with an unexpected ending, or unexpected introduction rather. So really love that. And again, despite this being an icebreaker speech, there were so many other things that he did fantastically. For example, I love the fact that he came prepared. He had his headphones in, as you could see. When he was talking about his love of coffee, he brought in a coffee cup and said, this is my 5th coffee. So even throwing in a little bit more humor there, in addition to tying the things into the story. So there were so many great things that were done here. Because it's an icebreaker speech, I'll give one more highlight before I jump into where I think we can improve. And the highlight that I'm going to give is I loved the fact that there was the art of war. Again, taking the humor to the next level. When he said he had a library full of books and he loved buying books, but not getting through them all, I thought he was going to show us all the different books. And he just showed us 5 different versions of the art of war. But in this, we got to know so much about Surya. Coffee lover, book lover, board game lover, somebody who has humor, somebody who actually has a lot of skill. So Surya, if there's one thing I would actually encourage you to do more, it is actually do more eye contact with the screen as well. Because I noticed that you were looking off to one side here or to this side here throughout the speech. And as an icebreaker speech, it doesn't have to be perfect. So challenge yourself to just look at us first and then pause. Because you have about 3 speeches or 4 speeches before you even have to hit level 2. So this is where you iron out the kinks by trying new things so that when you're at level 2, you don't have to worry about these. Overall, it was great getting to know so much about you, and I'm excited for the rest of the club to know how amazing you are as well. I'll give the stage back to Peter.
Thanks, Akil. And
Thank you,
apologies,
Akil. Thank you very much.
apologies for the confusion just there. So the second speaker to evaluate Rajesh, we have Akulina from World Travelers Club. So Akulina, stage is yours. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, evaluator, general evaluator. Thank you so much for your speech. Speaker, I have seen, really, you have broken the ice. You started with a very interesting sentence that it's not confidence, it's not words that cannot give us something. I forgot the sentence, but definitely I have to tell you as an icebreaker speaker, your hand gesture is really, really engaging. I didn't know how did you do it. I was really surprised to see that when you showed, it was like frustrating. And when you told the dialogue, delivered the dialogue standing diagonally, I was really, it was engaging. And throughout the speech, you continued the hand gesture really in an engaging way. Number two, your call to action. You told action speaks louder than words. So for any speech, it's really important the call to action. What the audience will get, what work will we start to do? Two things you can improve. I have noticed that you could have thought about a catchy and short speech title rather than the one thing standing between you and your goal. Instead of that, you can choose action or words, and you can keep the audience curious till the end. What do you want to say, action or words? Which one is more important? So I would like to see to choose you a catchy speech title in your next speech. And one more advice is pause. You have written the story with clarity, clear body, introduction, body, and conclusion. But audience doesn't know your story well, right? So we are listening it first time. So give a pause that we will get more time to digest your story. You know your one, but we don't know. Overall, you have great hand gesture, great call to action. Next time, better to be careful about your speech title and the pause. Overall, it's a great speech. Definitely, the more hard worker you are, the more luckier you will be. Back to you.
Adelina, thank you so much. What a great evaluation. Some good points, and I'll come on and pick some of those up later on in my session. But let's have evaluation from grammarian, arcanter, and timer now. The grammarian is Bryant. So Bryant, word of the day, was it used? And what did you pick up? Over to you, Bryant.
Yes, no, thank you, Peter. Yes, the word of the day today was travel. It was used by Giselle, Maggie, and Elios. And that'll be used a lot, but it's okay because they got to each person use it in different unique ways. So it stood out. They weren't just trying to just say it because of the word of the day. They were using it within their sentence structures, which is good because always with the word of the day, you want each time to be unique and special. So from there on, I will say some inspiring quotes. It is hard to say goodbye. Yes, it is. And cherish goodbye to those we love the most. And this is good because it was like very touching and heartfelt. Uh, Next was emotions speak words and not project something you see. Because we have to be our own self. And if you can do this, if I can do this, so can you, which is true. Because if you come on to the stage anytime to speak and just try, like today, hey, it's easy. But some things to improve on. I didn't find so much grammatical errors. It feels like it was like two advanced clubs, which is really good. And we're all in, English. Why not? Someone said, I got heartbreak. Oh no, we could have said, I got a heartbreak. Because heartbreaks are kind of, yeah, deep and sad. Um, and then someone said, we don't have car. What you could have said is, we don't have a car. Uh, but besides that, even if you looked in the table topics or in the speeches or the IEs and etc., you probably heard a lot of other amazing quotes and sentences that be too much within my time frame. So back to you, Peter Morgan.
Thank you so much. And there's some great stuff there. Word of the day is sometimes we can have a simple word like travel, and we just don't think about it so much. Really appreciate your input. And Brian, I said this in our club meeting, please get some rest and get some medicine for your throat. It sounds really rough there at the moment. So hope you can get a better throat later on. Okay, great. Thanks, Brian. Next, I think, Gisela, you're saying you were taking our counter, right?
Yes, thank you, Peter. And yes, I'm feeling Brian's pain there. So I told you before, my work today as a counter was very easy. I just picked up a few things. As the evaluator said for Ilios, for example, he was moving a lot front to back, more than the speech was telling. And for gestures, like Faraz, he had his hands together for a long time and feels like he knows he does that. So just try to relax and connect your words with your speech there. And Yusuf was using pointing like this during his speech, and it was not connected with what he was talking about. So that's what I have. I have a report in the chat, and thank you so much, Peter.
Well, that's short and sweet. So thanks so much. It's so good when we have a meeting where there are no ums and ahs and those awkward silences. And in radio, they call it radio silence. It's never a good idea to have those pauses, but it's even worse to go and so on, because it gives people a wrong impression of our confidence and our knowledge about whatever it is that we're talking about. Fatima has been our timer for tonight. Fatima, your report, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I've listened to all the speakers in icebreakers and table topics, participants and evaluators. For table topics, Maggie did 1 minute 46. Peter did 1 minute 15. Elios did 2 minutes 12. Farhas did 1 minute 59. And Yusuf made 1 minute 58. Akil made 2 minutes 21. For prepared speeches, icebreakers, Surya did 6 minutes 40. Rajesh made 3 minutes. And for evaluations, we had 3 evaluators. I start with Michelle, the evaluator of table topics. She did 5 minutes 28. Akil did 3 minutes, and Akolina did 2 minutes 30. And I will share the report in the chat box. Back to you, evaluator.
Okay, thank you so much. Keeping to time is such an issue, getting things running to time, and it takes a lot of work. So thanks, Fatima, for your effort today. So my task now is to give some evaluation of the meeting. I want to do that quickly. Can I just say, because I'm sat here in the UK where it's now just about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, how amazingly committed you guys are to sticking around and being up at 11 o'clock at night at a Toastmasters meeting. And when I look at how many of you there are 46 people on the call, and it's just so good to see that. I'm going to share a little PowerPoint. I've got some points. I can share these later on as well. So just bear with me a moment, and let's just bring this up full screen. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about here. Great. Okay. So make it simple, make it happen. And we started off, if you remember, with a video, and we had an introduction, a very stimulating introduction from the president. Brian, great introduction to your task there and word of the day. And I love this idea. Akil, maybe we should change our name. A beautiful, resilient, international, collaborative society, or I don't know. But it's just, thank you for that suggestion, WTC guys. Really appreciate it. And it's great to have other ideas. When we're running a meeting and it is late at night, we have this real dilemma, because do we show enthusiasm, which is almost going to tire some people out? Or do we kind of reflect our tiredness a little bit and become more human and relate to people better? And it's a real challenge because we want people to be excited and enthusiastic about what they are doing. But at the same time, we ourselves can feel really tired. So where do we find that passion, that emotion, that genuine excitement for what we're doing when we're so tired? And there's a real challenge there, something to think about. But a meeting late at night, let's try and really inject some passion and enthusiasm. And we need to recognize, as I said at the beginning, that, you know, it's really good that people are staying up late. Please stick with us. We're going to have an amazing meeting. Let's go and let's see where we get to. We've got 2 amazing speeches. We've got some evaluations, got to take kind of introducing the meeting and just getting people enthusiastic and engaged in what it is that we're doing there. So, some table topics. Guys, what on earth was that challenge all about? Content, but a different emotion. And it's great to have some fun with that. But flip me, what a great idea. And I love creativity and I love the way that we can engage things, because you know what? When I've been evaluating speeches and watching people do speeches, actually engaging with emotion and putting emotion into speeches, sadness, happiness, horror, shock, etc., getting that emotion through and taking the audience with us is such a difficult thing to do. And thinking about our body language and our facial expressions, our tone of voice, those things all used to express emotion. Really good exercise, challenging, how to mess up the signals, give a happy speech in a sad way with smiling and tears. You know, that's great. And I love the way that you selected the volunteers, got Akil up there, all for that. I think it's great. When it comes to evaluation of table topics, some good comments there about content and delivery, and just think about suggestions for improvement. And we have a challenge when we do these because we've got so little time to say so much about all of the speeches that we've heard. So sometimes it's a good idea to pick out themes rather than go person by person. It's a choice. Evaluation. So first evaluator, Akil, thank you, talked about, oh goodness, that's 2 hours there. Talked about the what, the how, and the why. And the why is so important when we're evaluating because it embeds or engages and pins down the benefit and the reason for doing what it is that we're doing. Great suggestions for improvement, good eye contact. And this is something that I think somebody picked up earlier on, I think with the table topics, looking straight into the camera. Don't look down at your laptop, but look straight into the camera to make sure you've got that direct eye contact. Very good point. Great explanation from Akalina, suggestions for improvement and gestures. Just one thing there, just think also about where we put our emotion and how we get our emotion through. But some good evaluation, nothing to add much on that. Final thoughts. Be careful when we're saying and so on. I think there was one person who was saying and so on. Don't say it. Get down to the point. Be specific. Know the agenda. Have it in front of you. And then you can go straight from one thing into a next, and the meeting goes smoothly without any hassle. The audience knows exactly where we're going. And that's particularly when we're Toastmastering, when we've got a role that leads the things through. 52 attendees at 10 p.m. I think is a really good thing to note. Stand up when you're talking. You know, it's so common when we're online to sit down at our desk, because we do that in our meetings, and we do that when we're talking to our family, and we do that. But when we're giving a speech, we have so much ability to move around and to use gestures and to come back and forwards when we're standing up that we can't possibly do when we're sitting down. Great, 2 speakers, icebreaker pathways, fantastic. Vocal variety, movement, gestures. So 3 things, or just a couple of things about the last 3 evaluations that we heard. Grammarian, inspiring quotes. What I would say, and I heard this once, I think maybe twice, advice is an uncountable noun. Keep it as singular, okay? Advice. It's like research. Research is, no, it's research. It's uncountable. Don't put a plural on it. Our counter, nothing to say because there weren't any comments there. Timer, just maybe talk about why the keeping to time is important, because we need to do that in our daily lives and it keeps us focused on what we need to do rather than go rambling around the houses. Folks, a great meeting. Make it simple, make it happen. Back to Toastmaster of the evening. Thanks so much.
Isn't it the best general evaluator you have ever had in your life? We love Peter so much, and poor Peter, he's always doing general evaluation for us. Thanks so much again, Peter. So I will lead to Elisa to welcome new members.
I think we delete that part. But by the way, welcome new members. Welcome everyone.
Welcome new
Yeah, welcome everyone. And I hope that
Rajesh is our new member, so welcome, Rajesh.
hopefully everyone enjoy the travel, whatever your journey in Toastmaster, and be happy and always grow. Yeah. Thank you, Giselle.
Well, I can continue on. So now it's our president's closing message. I can start with Akio.
Thank you so much, Giselle, and thank you so much, honestly, to everyone. Tonight has been such a joy, and I'm going to be open with you all. I've been in 3 different Toastmasters meetings in the last 3 hours. BRICS, we did ours, and we started at 7:30 UTC plus 8, so 4 hours ago, about. And then right after that, there was a meeting from our district that was happening. And then that meeting ended at 9:30. And then after that, we came into this meeting. But I'm somehow leaving this meeting with more energy than I thought that I would, especially for it being 11:13 p.m. at night. And why is that? Because when you get great people together and you get exciting insights, when you're able to learn and grow and just be in an atmosphere where you know everyone just wants the best for you, and they're going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, the funny, the nervous, everything. That's the type of situation, that's the type of environment where you can have a meeting that's really simple and the growth is still going to happen. And we wouldn't have been able to do it. We wouldn't have been able to have so much growth tonight if it wasn't for being able to be here with World Travelers. So thank you all so much for having it. And I'll pass it to Mami to be able to help really close us out.
Thank you, Akio. I'm so grateful, honored to meet you all finally. Meet our friends in BRICS plus Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, right? That's the official name for your club. Special thanks to your special thanks to your great organization of our VPEs, Phoebe and Giselle. We had, time confusion and time difference is one of the difficult things to, fit us all in. But we were able to make it. We made it simple and made it happen just as we had in our themes, which is we wanted to meet together. That was it. And our energy and heart brought us together. World Travelers Toastmasters Club come from more than 15 countries, and we fly passportless to travel and visit clubs around the world. and we meet to inspire others and also to be inspired by others. And we all love to learn and grow together. So hope to see other members of BRICS who missed tonight's meeting. We hope to meet with you all again. And thank you for all our guests who joined us today. If some of you have any comments, please feel free to comment. There's so many people. You can just raise your hand and give your comment.
Mommy,
Anyone?
why don't we do a group picture?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. We missed
let's
that.
do one. Let's do it real quick.
All right. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it. Next page. Once more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. All right, it's late at night for some of you, early in the morning, 4 hours of Toastmasters meeting. That was so surprising. Oh my gosh. Anyone for comment? Any guests?
Just to say, I've enjoyed being part of the meeting. It's embarrassing because here it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So this whole evening has been very straightforward. But thank you for inviting us. It's been great to be a part of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Your general evaluation was the best I have ever heard.
Oh, really? Come on, no.
Yeah, how did you make the PowerPoint in such a short time?
Well, there you go. There's a secret.
Wow.
Okay,
Anyone else?
I would like to invite everybody for our book club. Every second meeting of BRICS, we have a book club. We are reading Fercy's book. I guess most of you guys know Fercy Gotuako. So we go through his concepts and we apply the concepts there. So it's not just reading and commenting about the reading, it's applying the skills and the tools that he's giving us there. So feel free to show up. It's for every Toastmasters member. Every second meeting of BRICS in the month. And thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you. Maybe if you put information in the chat box, that might help. Anyone else? Okay, then meeting is adjourned.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
Will
Have a
travelers
good
please
evening.
stay? Will travelers please stay?
Thank you, Giselle
Thank
and
you.
Akil.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening. See you
Connie,
soon.
You cannot leave
Peter.
yet.
Akil, let me know who is the trio
Bye.
from District 85.
Oh, yeah. I will let you know. It's going to
Yeah,
be very interesting this year to see how that shakes out. So,
Who?
yeah, I honestly don't know who it will end up being.
Okay.
So, I'll keep you
In 2
updated.
weeks.
Please let me know.
It reminds me,
Thank you.
Akil, it reminds me, I need to give you feedback. I need to give Mia feedback. I need to give Lassie feedback as well. I've got all 3 of you down to give feedback to. So, yeah, I don't know if you've seen other people's speeches, but there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we need it. And if you want, I can get the other 4 finalists to also reach out to you if you just want to give all of us feedback. If you're not busy.
Travelers. I got to district 3 times and I got 2nd place and 3rd place. So I'm kind of aware of what we do. If anybody ever wants any coaching or help or whatever, just get in touch. Very happy to do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but make sure that to give me my feedback first before you give feedback for everybody else. I want to, yes.
Okay. And I'll give you your feedback. Okay. I won't give you anybody else's feedback.
Yes, my feedback, please.
Okay, sure. I just want to tell everyone, thank you very much. But this is for World Travelers. I just got an invitation from one of the education center in Indonesia, which is Yayasan Tunakarya, is under Catholic, one of the biggest Catholic education center for the needy in Indonesia. So they are doing like teaching English for all the kids for free. And they are doing a online contest. So they are asking for a judge. So one of the teacher told me that maybe if you all want to do the HPL. So for now, we already have 3 judges, which is Yuniati, Zilva, and I'm not so sure if Kim want to do, but if anybody want, maybe I need to check, but they will give us the certificate that the judges will be by World Travelers Toastmasters Club. Then after that, they are looking for if you want to do some charity works or give back to the society. YPL, they are looking for a teacher. If you want to give your time to teach the kids, give a little bit impact, please let me know. You can do your YPL. Okay? Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Thank you, Peter.
Bye for now.
Thank you,
Take care.
Peter.
Yeah.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
You don't go.
I don't go.
Next week will be our election. Next 2 weeks will be our election. Okay, cool.
Yes. May 23rd.
Yeah, Surya also want to become an exco.
Great.
What?
Yeah, Surya want to become an exco. Leticia need to find somebody to compete to her. Maybe he will be the SAA of World Travelers. So at least everybody will have the competitor in each of the exco. Yeah. So do your best, everyone.
Yeah, 2 minutes presentation.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
Q&A.
Sylvie, anything? Sylvie, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, say. On your camera.
I cannot open my camera now.
You're in the toilet, is it?
Maybe I will talk to you inbox and Tamami.
Okay. You cannot back out, huh? Nobody become a VPE. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.